So today's GA, what was the agenda item?
The agenda item we are discussing right now are about mobile and neighborhood general assemblies and how to better outreach to communities and get them more excited to organize for themselves and make their communities better themselves and not wait for someone like the city to never do it.
And so there's several breakout groups here. What is that about?
Yeah, there are several breakout groups discussing ideas for mobile and neighborhood GAs, like when, where, how, what is the goal. Essentially, I know I'll speak for myself. I know my goal with neighborhood GAs is definitely to rally communities to start having their own general assemblies, like the Madrid model. In Madrid, there are over 150 neighborhood occupations, and then they come together once or a few times a week, and they basically talk about everything that they've been doing all over their neighborhoods. And there's an occupier from San Diego, actually, who's been in Europe. I think his name is Josh Garman. What is his website? Occutrip.org or .com. And he's over there in Europe, and he's experiencing what they're doing over there. They have a year head start on us. And Spain has been doing this for a while. It's beautiful, and hopefully we can go in that direction of community organizing and just creating that grand shift of taking away the power from a few elite people and putting it back to everybody else.
So now we're all going to go back into the General Assembly?
Yes.
And is there other topics on the agenda for today?
There are other topics on the agenda for today, but they have escaped me right now.
We're all about Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
About some Wednesday stuff.
Let's see. There's a planning meeting. Let's see. There's an action in Sherman Heights at the Farmers Market building, which was leased by Walmart. They're trying to put in a grocery store there. We're going to discuss maybe joining them for their action on Wednesday. Let's see. What else are we talking about today?
Bank of America.
Yeah.
March 8th, Bank of America. Occupy Bank of America.
Oh yeah, and we're talking about some finance BS. It's all finance BS to me.
Thanks for the update, Jenny.
You're welcome.
Make sure you
We'll
have a
also be
speaker.
discussing the mayor and the city council giving themselves raises, so stick around for that. That'll be a fun discussion.
We want to feel empowered. We want people to own their groups, to own their actions. So by identifying who among us lives in what neighborhoods, we can come together. For example, there's another guy, Gerardo and I, that both live in City Heights. So we want to start Occupy City Heights. And as soon as we start talking about this, I think it's going to happen organically. And that's, did I sum it up? What did I miss, group?
Talking about the basic idea of how there's a difference between the mobile GA and a difference between what Joni is talking about, but how the mobile GA concept could be, and what the Buddha said ehipasiko to people, which means come and see for yourself. Don't listen to what I say, just come and see if you like it. And so that's what we were talking about us being a model for people and showing people how it could work, you know what I mean, and stuff. But we also talked about, and your group had called me over to talk also about the idea of using like outreach models like Occupy Your Corner has set up to just go out during the day and into busy sections and flyer for the actual event so we can get a lot of people there, a couple of days
and
prior.
And how we can be good participants so that it's like a combination of us bringing some energy to something that they're doing. Maybe we can have get our hands dirty work, even if it's just picking up trash. And then it'd be great if we could incorporate things like maybe the Ocupamos El Barrio, if we could incorporate, like, we could help with a march or people. And again, like you guys were saying, the idea of listening and working with other groups and trying to, like, create a forum so that we participate with them and they like it, and then we can have the GA afterwards and make that like a real welcoming, opening experience for other people, just as a way of sort of introducing ourselves into different areas.
Talked about not necessarily mobile, but more of in a neighborhood supporting the existing structures that are there, the existing groups in the neighborhood themselves. And the other part of it is that we need to solidify our GA and our people right here. We've kind of been through a time of transition, and if we're going to be an example for these people, we need to be a good example.
Our group basically discussed a lot of the same things the other groups brought up. And the only thing I hadn't heard brought up is that we should do these neighborhood outreach, occupy, general assembly things on days that this group doesn't already have a GA scheduled, so that we can keep our stuff in order.
Next Saturday is that we would be scheduled to have a GA is March 17th, which is that action that Occupemos Barrios is doing in Sherman Heights. So maybe a first step would maybe consider doing a GA in Sherman Heights after the action that's already being planned by Occupemos Barrios and the community there.
We were really against a mobile GA because, like, yeah, we have a structure, but other people may already have a structure, so we don't need to act as a model. Maybe they can act as a model for us. So I really want to stress that we talked about getting rid of this whole idea of, us as an outside group, we have all these ideas and we're so smart and we have all this. Like, if we're going into a location, we need to work with community organizations to find people to start it there and go support it, rather than like asking them to come in. They're gonna support us if we support them first. So I just want to re-stress that, because I don't know how much of a stress in what we're talking about, since it's still talking about mobile. We were really against mobile and all for neighborhood GAs.
So I suggest just moving on to the next agenda topic. What do you guys think?
Or do we encourage affinity and working groups to autonomously get this stuff rolling this week? We should encourage that. Yay!
I propose that we stop the mobile GA idea and move into the neighborhood GA idea, and that we find our local GAs and attend I'll go to the Normal Heights or North Park one on whatever day it was, and then I'll come back here also. So that would be my proposal, because it seems like a mobile GA, we're probably ready to kill it if we've got another group working on getting neighborhood GAs established. That's my proposal.
Second.
All right, so the proposal is to stop the mobile GA idea and stick with the neighborhood GA idea, because it builds. I like the idea of saying it builds from the bottom up instead of from the top down. So let's do a temperature check on that. All right, so let's call the consensus. Those in favor of that proposal? Those against that proposal?
Like, I don't want to block it, but I'd like to have a chance to say why I would block it, though. Why do you think it's damaging the movement before we get that far?
Can you speak up, Randall?
Yeah, neighborhood GAs, I absolutely love the idea. I will be at the meeting tomorrow. I think, however, it is extremely involved. It's a process. Something like a mobile GA is a way to introduce, like I know we do, as a group stated, we have community organization groups already in a lot of these areas. But an idea of something as widespread and as grassroots as what we're talking about, and as strong in the community as what we're talking about, is not introduced in pretty much any communities in the United States. So it's a very new idea. A community, like a mobile GA, is a way to introduce the idea and also put ourselves in a position to unite ourselves with communities that we've yet to reach out to. We can have, in my opinion, we can have mobile GAs without impugning on a community, as the idea seems to have come up, but rather, like, the idea is like to go, like, march to promote the meeting to where the community members are coming out to plan with us, and we are getting united with them, and then possibly hold the mobile GA the day after to give them, like, hey, this is what, like, this is what was talked about with your community members and the people who are trying to help organize, and this is the next meeting, and this is where we're going from here. And then, that's like a temporary way to get communities involved until the neighborhood assemblies are ready. I just think it's something, like, I don't think it's an either or. I think it's something we can do both, and I think it has its benefits if we do it properly.
My friendly amendment would be that to create a working group to address, an actual proposal instead of just blocking one idea, but basically having a working group on this thing so Rambo and Cheryl and Holly can get together, and other people too who have views about this, and sort of formulate a plan maybe. I think that would be good, because right now we have one idea, and right now we're picking between one and the other, and I would like to see a mediation of both ideas, because they both have good points.
I'm not dead or hurt or dying. I don't know if you ever proposed something and then like somebody said no and you almost died because I've seen it, but that you just don't die afterwards.
Just explain that to somebody.
No, not even.
Have a quick 5 or 10 minute brainstorming discussion on topics or potential process as to how March 17th is going to work, because we are going to be put in contact with other occupations to sort of feel out how we want this to go on the 17th. Do we want a temperature? What?
Does it end up on a day that we already have a GA?
Yes, it's on the 17th, which is a very busy day. Apparently 10 a.m. in Sherman Heights, and then possibly having a GA there. And then there's the 12:30 planning meeting, and then there's hopefully a GA here.
The city council is voting to raise theirs from $78,386 to $175,000, and the mayor's salary would go from $100,464 to $235,000.
So that Occupy San Diego stands in opposition to any pay increases to government officials as proposed by the San Diego City Council. And we also propose that as many people, individuals as possible, be at Monday's City Council meeting to voice their opposition to these pay increases, given the severe economic hard times the city of San Diego currently faces along with its citizens.
Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! We're going to call to consensus! We're going to call consensus! Council is going to human mic his proposal. Council is going to human mic his proposal.
Ready?
Go ahead.
All right, mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
We! The occupation of San Diego!
The occupation of San Diego!
Do not support the increase of any city or public official. We also recommend that as many occupiers make themselves present at Monday's City Council meeting and voice their opposition. Especially given these times of economic hardships to the citizens of San Diego. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So all of those in favor of the proposal.
Raise your hand over there at the food line.
All right. All of those opposed to the proposal. All of those abstaining from the proposal, which should be like the other half of the people over there. Anybody hard blocking? Consensus!
You think today's GA went?
Awesome, just like the last ones. Awesome.
The last couple have been really good, actually. I think it's because the group that we have is just so...
I was wondering about you last night.
I feel like a lot of people are really in tune with each other. The group that has been meeting for General Assembly, I feel like, are my friends and my family, and I feel like we've grown closer. It's a big circle of trust that we've built up, and I can't imagine many of these people in the circle today would ever do anything to... I feel like they'd have my back if something happened. Like I got laid off from my job yesterday, and everybody here has my back. And so it's like, you know, I feel completely lost, but I don't feel so lost. And Occupy, community, I don't know.
What was your favorite part of today's GA?
My favorite part of today's GA? Well, there was a short personal announcement about the 8th graders who filled out question slips about what they knew about Occupy, and they asked questions of us, and so it kind of was before GA. I was answering an 8th grader's questions about, you know, what motivates me to keep coming back out here, and have I ever been arrested before? I don't know. It's so great. I love that. That's my favorite thing that I've seen in the past couple of weeks that we've pulled out of our, you know, collective think tank to go do around the community and see what kids know about us. That's just, I don't know, fabulous ideas, really great stuff.
And when is the next GA again?
The next General Assembly will be at Children's Park on Monday at 7 p.m. and that is it's like the 5th of March. So please come. It'll be fun.
Thank you.